Next reason why your revenue in the backend goes away is your scripts have never been tested. Now, for the majority of this call, I'd be so bold and assume that whatever scripts your team is using right now, like, you don't know that they're good. Like, actually know based on data. Because what most agencies do, even the ones that do like 100, 200, 300K, they start to create a script. Maybe they even copy it from an agency they know, which is probably also shit, but they never really actively change the scripts, which is fucking mind-blowing to me, because I don't know how many of you worked in sales jobs in your life. I've done a fuck ton of sales jobs. Since I was fucking 15, 16, I've been on the fucking phone selling. And I've talked to a lot of sales guys on events, on mentorships I personally bought in terms of business or whatever. And every single company that has a sales department, they optimize their script like once a week, more or less, based on the data. They try different scripts, all that stuff. So after we started implementing that, our lifetime value per sub, our chatting revenue just kept on going up, because you don't know that your script is actually good and you've never actually A/B tested everything. So the script testing you want to implement is the following. Let's say you create a new script where you think, okay, this could work well for the creator. Cool. First thing you do in the first week is just measure the current baseline. Okay. What's our conversion rate per PPV? How much revenue do we do per conversation? What's the time to conversion? What is the usual drop-off rate at which PPV? So most of you never track the scripts, and that's an issue. So first week, measure the baseline, get the numbers. Where do people drop off after the PPVs? Where's the current problems? Where do we lose the most amount of money? If we see most people drop off after the first PPV, that means it's not entertaining enough. There's not too much stuff happening. It's boring. So that should be what our new script should fix. Cool. Now we're going to create like 2 or 3 different variants of that script. We have one where the first PPV is like a bit more expensive, but it shows more. We have one where the first PPV is super cheap. We have one where the creator is more focused on showing her titties, one where she's more focused on dirty talk, whatever it is, right? Try different variations, and then you're just going to split test them for 1 week each. So you're going to track the numbers. After each week, you do a quick 20-minute meeting with your backend team on your chatters, and you put in the numbers, right? Okay, this script had a, let's say, 60% drop-off rate after the 4th PPV, and also this is where we saw the problems. With the revenue per conversation was that, whatever it is. Now, after these 2 weeks, you can actually compare the numbers, and you can draw your learnings and use the better script. And you don't stop there, right? You just keep on doing that. Now let's say variant B of the script works better. Cool. Let's have that variant and split it into 2 variants again. It's the same with Instagram Reels, right? You just start with a couple of split tests and then go further down the line. And every single time you optimize it, you're going to get like 5% more revenue off the script. So everyone you send the script to spends 5% more. So if you do that like 3 or 4 times, the scripts are going to be on such a high level that, again, your chatting revenue goes up by default. It's nothing that you just do by chatter training. Most people think, oh, my chatting revenue is down, I need to train my chatters more, which, fair fucking game, you should probably do that, I agree. But your chatting team is only as good as your system, at best, right? If you have the most killer chatters, you have like, let's say Jordan Belfort and Grant Cardone had a baby and had me babysit it, essentially. Still, if your system isn't optimized in that way, you can also have, let's say, you can have 10 out of 10 chatters and a 5 out of 10 system, or you can have a 10 out of 10 system and a 6 out of 10 chatters. You're going to make more money with the latter, right? So you also make your hiring easier if you give your team the best possible system to use. So we actually work with numbers, not just with a random script you put together in your like child room at your mom's basement 2 years ago. But most agencies do that, right? And I can tell you simple script changes, like just changing the opening line, changing the first PPV script can get the conversion up by like 30 or even 40%. Because the thing with scripts is sexuality is like 25%. That's determining the success. Like how hot is it? Is the guy actually able to jerk off to it? The other 75% are fantasy, entertainment, relatability, emotionality. How emotional does he get when he like is inside the script, right? Because sexuality itself, as we all know about, I've been preaching this for like 4 years at this point, and now people start to get it. But sexuality is not competitive. He can just go on Pornhub. So the only real reason he's actually spending money on your script is fantasy, it's entertainment, it's emotions.